Hello students, I hope you are doing well. So this video is for the same chapter, that is class 7th, chapter 1, that is plants, nutrition in plants, and we were going to solve question C of the exercise. So let's start with the question. This is what we have to tell whether the given statement is true or false, and we have to rectify whatever the error is present in the false statement. Okay, now come to the question. First question is what? Organism that depend. One second, let me pick some highlighter. Yes. Now organism that depends on other organism for food are called heterotrophs. This statement is true or false? So as we know that the statement is true, what is heterotrophic nutrition? Let me show you. This is what about heterotrophic nutrition means when any organism that will depend for food on other organism. So that is what that mode of nutrition will be called as heterotrophic. As we know, hetero, we can break this. Let me show you. We can break this hetero word into two. Hetero plus trophic. Okay, so hetero means what? Hetero means other, and trophic means what? Trophic means trophic we in a Greek word we say as tropos. Okay, this is what? Tropos. So this is what? Nutrition. Okay, so hetero means other and nutrition means, as we know what it is. So when any organism that will depend on other organism to take food, so that will be called as heterotrophic, and the mode of nutrition is called as heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so this statement is what? The first statement is true. So this statement is true. Okay, now come to the second question. What it is? Green plants are the only organism that can photosynthesize. So what it is? Green plants are only organism that can photosynthesize. So this statement is true or false? Let me show you. Here you can see photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? As you know, we can break this word photo and synthesis. So photo means what? Light, and the synthesis means as we know to prepare something or putting together. So the process in which green plants convert water and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. And photosynthesis takes place, see this line, photosynthesis takes place only in the presence of a green pigment called chlorophyll. Okay, so this is the main point related to the particular question only. Okay, so green plants are the only organism that can photosynthesize. This statement is not true, we can say, just because this is only what? A pigment, green pigment. Okay, red, we can see many other color plant, they can also produce their food itself. Okay, so this is what? Green pigment, which is because of what? Chlorophyll. So this statement is false. So this statement is false. So what is the correct answer of this? You can write the correct thing. Correct statement is what? Green plants are not the only organisms that can photosynthesize. Okay, this is a correct statement. Okay. Now come to the third question. What it is? Third question is photosynthesis can take place in the presence of water. Now come to the here. Now you can see the process of photosynthesis. As we know that just because when photosynthesis take place, so what are the requirement? The essential thing is there must be a carbon dioxide, there must be water, there must be sunlight, and there must be chlorophyll. Okay, so these are what essential requirement. Okay, so here you can see during photosynthesis, the solar energy captured by chlorophyll is used to combine carbon dioxide and water to synthesize the product glucose. Glucose is a simple carbohydrate that is used by the plant as food, and here you can see the reaction. This is a reaction. Okay, and the previous we have studied, you can see the photosynthesis take place only in the presence of green pigment called chlorophyll, and here you can see. Okay, so this is the main thing, that chlorophyll must be present, sunlight must be present, carbon dioxide must be present, and water must be present. So what it is? The third answer is what? True. The third answer is true. Okay. Now come to the fourth question. Fourth is what? Plant cannot synthesize vitamins. So this statement is what? Let me show you. This is false or what? So now come to the main point. Now here you can see synthesis of other plant foods. Means other than glucose, what plant can produce? So carbohydrate is the product what plant has produced, but other products are, you can see here, carbohydrates that are made by plants during photosynthesis are composed by carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Using these elements, plants also synthesize other components of food such as fats, vitamins and proteins. Apart from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, proteins also contain nitrogen. As we know that protein is a what? Protein is a kind of amino acid. Okay, it's a polymer form, so it contains what? Nitrogen. So this is the main thing. So the statement is what? This statement is false. So fourth statement is false. This statement is false. So plant, the correct statement is what? Plant can synthesize vitamins. Okay, this is correct thing. Now the last question of the C part. The root nodules of leguminous plants contains a parasitic bacterium. We have studied earlier that about leguminous plant, right? Let me show you what it is. And we have studied what about symbiotic plants. So what are symbiotic plants? Means both plant, when both plant will share nutrients and the other resources, they will show symbiosis relationship, and these kind of plants are called what? Symbiotic plant. Now come to the main point. The bacteria rhizobium have a symbiotic relationship with leguminous plants, such as both organisms benefit. Both organisms benefit. The rhizobium live in root nodules of leguminous plant such as pea and beans. The bacteria help to convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, which is eventually converted into nitrates. The leguminous plant uses these nitrates as a source of nitrogen and in return provide food and shelter to the bacteria. So the bacteria which is present in root nodules of leguminous plant will show which kind of relationship? Symbiotic relationship. So the bacteria will called what? Symbiotic bacteria. Okay, so this is not parasitic bacterium. So this statement is absolutely false. This is what? False. So what is the correct answer? The root nodules of leguminous plants contain a, rather than parasitic, you have to write symbiotic bacteria. Okay, so this is the correct statement. So this is what about C part of your exercise. Now come to the D part of your exercise, D question. So here you can see this is one word answer question. So one by one we will deal it. So here you can see the first question is what? The process by which organism take in nutrients to use for life processes. So what it is? This is what I will tell you first answer. This is what? Nutrition. Okay, this is what nutrition. Now come to the explanation part. I will explain it also. Here you can see about nutrition. Nutrition is what? Nutrition is the process by which living organisms take in food and utilize it to carry out different life processes, called what? Nutrition. So this is what about your first answer. Okay, so the process by which organism takes in nutrients to use for life processes is called what? Nutrition. Okay, now come to the second part. Second question, the bean-shaped cell that control the opening and closing of stomata. I have told you yesterday, previous lecture, that about stomata and the guard cell. About guard cell I have told you. So the answer is what? Guard cell. So answer is what? Guard cells. Okay, let me show you explanation part. In this picture you can see guard cell. This is what? This is bean-like structure. No, here you can see bean-like structure. So this is what? Guard cells. Here you can see. Okay, this is what? Bean-like structure. So इस तरीके से स्ट्रक्चर है. So these are what? Guard cells. Okay, now come to the question. Now come to the third question. The type of organism that derives its nutrition from living organisms. Okay, that is called what? Parasites. Okay, so answer is what? Parasite. Answer is parasite. So here you can see in this you can see about parasitic plant, but you can get idea Okay, here you can see a plant that partially or completely depends on another plant for nutrition is called parasitic plant. The mode of nutrition in parasitic plant is called parasitic nutrition, and the parasitic plant always harm the host plant by depriving the host nutrients. However, the host plant is rarely killed in a parasitic relationship. Okay, so this is what about parasitic plant, and it can be two type: complete parasites or partial parasites. So the question is what the type of organism that derives its nutrition from living organism, so that is what parasite. Okay, now come to the next question, what it is: the group of organisms that break down organic matter and release nutrients into the environment, that is called what? Saprophytic organism. The answer is what? Saprophytic organism. This is the correct answer. Okay, now come to the next one. The bacterium found in the root nodules of the pea plant, what it is? Rhizobium. The answer is rhizobium. Rhizobium. Let me show you. Here you can see this is what root nodules. Okay, the round structure you can see, and the bacterium rhizobium, it is also found here. Okay, so this is what all about rhizobium. Now this part has been covered, the D question. Now come to the E question. So this is what we have to give an example for a particular statement. Okay, so the first question is what? An autotroph that is not a plant. So what is correct answer? Means it is not a plant, as we know that only plants prepare their own food by itself, but it is not true, as we know. So what it is? It is what? Let me show you. So here you can see. About nutrition we have read earlier. Now come to the autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means, auto means what? Auto means self, and tropos, as we know, nutrition. So जब कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म या प्लांट सेल्फ प्रिपेयर करता है अपने लिए फूड, या सेल्फ न्यूट्रिएंट गेन करता है या प्रिपेयर करता है, तो उसे हम क्या बोलेंगे? ऑटोट्रॉफ बोलेंगे. नाउ एज वी नो, नॉट ओनली प्लांट can prepare their food itself, but also some bacteria, algae, and all green plants are autotrophs. Okay, rather than green plants, bacteria and algae can also prepare their food. Okay, so the answer is what? Answer will be what? Bacteria and algae. Okay, so this is the example. Now come to the plant that has Haustoria. So come to the explanation part. I will show you what is Haustoria. Here you can see, as we know about parasitic plant, we have read earlier. Now come to the main part, what it is? Complete parasites. Now what it is? Complete parasite means when parasitic plants that completely depend on the host plant for their survival are called what? Complete parasites. These plants do not have chlorophyll, cannot prepare their own food by itself, like cuscuta, like we can say also doders. Okay, it has a special root like structure called haustoria. Cuscuta has root-like structure called haustoria, and that grow into tissues of the host plant and drawn nutrients and water. Okay, so haustoria means what? This in this picture you can see like roots like structure, and ये host plant से ही nutrients gain करने के लिए ये host plant के ही ऊपर क्या करते हैं, रैप कर लेते हैं, जिससे वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स गेन कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज व्हाट हाउस्टोरिया. ओके, सो द करेक्ट आंसर व्हाट? करेक्ट आंसर इज हाउस्टोरिया, सॉरी cuscuta or doders. Now come to the third question, a partial parasite. So come to the explanation part. I will show you what is partial parasite. We have read earlier also, but let me show you. Partial parasite means what? They do not completely depend on the host plant, as they can for their survival, as they can prepare their food itself, but for minerals and water they depend on the other plants. Okay, so like what? Here you can see mistletoe. This is an example. Is a partial parasite, as it has chlorophyll, so it can prepare their own food by photosynthesis, but it depends on the host plant for water and minerals. So what is the answer for E? Answer for E is this is the answer. Now come to the fourth question, what it is? An insectivorous plant with tentacles. Now I will show you, let me show you about insectivorous plant. What are insectivorous plant? Plant that obtain their nutrients by trapping and digesting insect are called insectivorous. They can trap insect and they can digest insects to gain their nutrients by them. Okay, so these plants are also called what? Carnivorous. They can make their food, but क्या होता है? We have to tell some example. Okay, so here you can see plants that obtain nutrients by trapping and digesting insects are called insectivorous. These plants have chlorophyll in their leaves and therefore can make their own food by photosynthesis, but these plants grow in places where soil lacks in certain nutrients such as nitrogen. Leaves of these plants are modified to trap and kill small insects and digest them to obtain proteins for their growth. These plants are also called carnivorous plants. These are some examples: pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, and sundew. Okay, so here you can see the picture of sundew. This is a picture of sundew. So these in this picture you can see long needle-like structure. Okay, so these long needle-like structure are called what? Tentacles. These are very sticky. So they will help to trap insect very easily. To stuck the insect will come in touch with it. It gets stuck in that. Okay, so here you can see the sundew plant has long needle-like structure called tentacles covered with a very sticky substance called mucilage. As an insect touches the tentacles, it gets stuck in the mucilage. The tentacles then fold invert and wrap around the insect. The trapped insect is then digested. Okay, so the correct answer is what? The correct answer is sundew. Sundew. This is the answer. Okay. Now come to the last one, a symbiotic relationship. So what is symbiotic relationship? We have read earlier, but I will show you what it is. Here you can see plants that live in a mutual relationship with other organisms such that both share nutrients and that other resources are called symbiotic plants, and this type of association is called symbiosis. So without causing any harm of either of them, the both organisms get benefit from each other. Okay, so here you can see. So here you can see example is lichen. You can see it is lichens are an example of symbiotic association between algae and fungi, and the autotrophic algae provide nutrients to the saprophytic fungi. In turn, fungi provide water, minerals and shelter to the algae. Okay, and you can see the another example means what? Rhizobium. It is a bacteria. So the answer is what? The answer is lichen. You can write lichen. Okay, lichen. Symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, I hope this lecture will help you a lot. So keep watching and keep practicing, keep learning. Thank you.